What's up, everyone? How's it going? In this game, we have El Sensei, aka VortiX, as our blue English, spawning in the northwest of Ford Lakes. Spawning in the southeast, we have Myriad as our red Japanese. I love this matchup just because it's so weird. I've played it only, surprisingly enough, I've only played this matchup probably about 20 times. And that's severely. That was a lot of idle time right there for no reason. Yeah, that was a lot of idle time. Not entirely sure why. But, oh, we are getting the dock over here. Well, are we getting dock on both sides? Yes, we are. And the dock does benefit our Japanese more than it does our English. Because English has no dock. Yeah. They don't have any dock specialties? No. Racials? What is it called? Wow, why am I blinking on it? Yeah, well, they have no dock discounts, basically. From oh no, they do. They do have reduced cost as well. What was it? 25%? 30 what was it? 20%? 15%? Wow, I haven't seen an English dock in such a long time that I actually forgot about their civ bonus. But it does benefit regardless our Japanese player more because it does cost them 30 wood less per fishing boat. So they're able to transition off a little sooner if they'd like, but at the same time, since this is Ford Lakes, they won't really be transitioning. Like they'll be staying on here probably up until they make at least eight fishing boats on this map because there are a lot of deep sea fish. As you can see, there's 4 or 5, and then there's a lot of shoreline fish as well. So in the long haul, it does benefit our Japanese player a lot more than it does our Englishman or English player, however you'd like to call it. Not only that, but our Japanese player will be able to transition off of it a little bit sooner or pull villagers off a little bit sooner instead of having or fewer, not transition off, but have fewer villagers in total on wood in order to have constant production of the fishing boats. They'll need about 4. You can have 4 or 5 on there for consistent production, as where the other civilizations, the majority of the other civilizations, do need to have at least 7 or 8 to have constant production. More than that if you want constant boat production plus able to do other things as well. As where the Japanese, if they want to be able to do both, they'll need about 6 to 8 of far fewer villagers on wood compared to the other civs. A majority of the other civs, I should say. Did we get... Yes. Dang, Myriad also got the Dark Age Tuara upgrade. That's amazing. So he is just going to be trying to max out his resource, or his gather rate for food. You rarely see that. You rarely see them grabbing the Tuara upgrade alongside the dock. But I do like this. I really like that play. His eco is going to be off the hook, as one might say. As I say. I generally say that. Already? Okay, is he going to be going for... No, he's going to be going for the Coca. I could see the Coca being useful here. Obviously, going with the Kura storehouse is still really strong. The Coca is going to be able to help him. It's going to help him do or deal with the dock, most likely. I think that's why he's going for it. Remember that the Coca doesn't give a free shinobi anymore, or doesn't instantly spawn a shinobi upon completion. It still gives you one for free, but it's queued up. I think he should have went with the storehouse, especially with the position of the deer, in honesty. Because he could have easily just dropped it. Oh, well, yeah, the deer, the berries are a good spot. What are you doing, villager? Oh, just trying to smack one of the sheep. Yeah, I think I would have liked seeing the Kura storehouse more especially against the English, because those longbows are just gonna wreck the shinobi really fast. Two, two longbows instantly queued up. We do have the first shinobi coming out. It is the free shinobi, and then he does queue another one behind it. So I did like Myriad's position until he went with the Koka. Like I'm really not a fan of this. I'm really not a fan of the shinobi against the English. I think this is just gonna be a resource dump with no real benefit, but we'll see. Like, obviously we have to wait and see. These people are insanely better than... Oh, he is gonna be... He did scout out that dock. Really nice. Yeah, both of these guys are obviously infinitely better than I am, so they should know what they're doing. But at the same time, I really don't like the shinobi. Shinobi's already going to be going down without doing anything. It didn't even get a shot off on... It actually dies to wolves. That is very... Oh, that's very bad for Myriad. They didn't get a single attack. The second shinobi dies as well. The third shinobi is going to go down right now. And that is so many wasted resources. That is just terrible. Absolute. What are they? 80 apiece? 60 apiece? So that's 120 gold, 120 food just wasted right there. One of them dies to wolves. The other two died to the longbows. Oh, that's so bad. That is so bad. And now the longbows are going to be able to go and potentially get at least a villager. If I was VortiX, I would hope for at least a single villager. And yeah, he will be getting it right there. First villager goes down. Second villager in total. Yeah, I did not like this Koka. Like I said, I really like Myriad's position until he went Koka. That right there was such a waste. Such a massive waste. If he went for the cursed storehouse, he could have placed it right here. He also has all of this space back here. All of this. He could have easily placed the curve down right there. It would have got full use. He'd have more food going right now. Probably what, 4? I want to say he'd have at least... Oh, nice walls. I really like Myriad's walls though. There's also double dock over here. Oh no, single dock. But there's a counter dock attempting to come down for VortiX. Oh no! There was a hole in the wall! There's a hole! That's bad. That was really bad. Ah, that super sucks for Myriad. He is going into castle. He is, of course, going to be getting the floating gate. And now these villagers are going to be under fire. He does have to evacuate. He does need to go somewhere else. It does look like he's going to be going over to the western side. Forge already getting dropped. He pulled those from the berries. Nice rotation. Yeah, nice rotation. Instead of waiting for the gold to get to the gold, he just pulls berries off onto the gold instead. That way there's not that much of a downtime. Stables almost done. The first Yorishiro will be going into the stables, and he's just going to be cranking out a bunch of mounted samurai. So not looking too bad. He is getting himself up there. Uncontested, essentially uncontested fast castle. So this is gonna start looking a lot better for our Japanese player. I still absolutely dislike the fact that he went for the Koka, and he's still losing. Yeah, he's still losing samurai behind this. He got a single, so he's gotten 2 villager kills, and I think 1 or 2 longbows, and like that's it. out of 240, 240. Nice micro. Moving his mounted samurai around. He does have to be careful with the second one. It does get stabbed. It's okay. It's okay. It still has its deflective armor. Third one coming out. Fourth one nowhere to be seen because he is completely out of gold. Well, he's down to 4. There are a few. Oh, did he notice? I don't think he noticed where they came from. So he definitely needs to... Oh, he also gets a bunch of free sheep. He needs to close that off. Otherwise, that's just going to be a pain in the butt later on. VortiX hitting castle as well. Did not see what it was. Sorry about that, guys. King's Palace going eco. Gonna start getting that double production of villagers. Get that eco. He is fully secured at the northern lake and on the western lake. How many boats? Boats. There's about 10 there and then probably another 6 over here, 7 over there. Myriad secure on the eastern side and on his southern lake as well. Both ecos looking phenomenal. Mounted samurai are going to be able to get a couple villager kills right here if... Oh. If he was paying attention, he was. But at the same time, so was VortiX. VortiX was paying attention. 2 charges go off, no villager kills. Mounted Samurai's not really doing much. Second Yorishiro should have been out. Does go on to Forge. First relic gets picked up. Garrisoned. First relic got picked up and garrisoned for our Japanese player. 3 longbows. Gonna pick off the first Shinto priest. Or the Shinto priest going over to the western side. Shinto priest in the center picking up the second relic. Gonna be garrisoning that. No shift command there. So it is going to be sitting idle for a tad. Mounted Samurai doing a decent amount of work. 4 villager kills so far. Going to be able to pick off a 5th and potentially a 6th. Yes. Nice harass, but keep in mind, VortiX is on 2TC as well, though. Well, he's on 2TC. So he's going to be able to get those numbers back up, 62 to 60. Still has the villager lead, even though he has lost 6 villagers total. Oh, Mounted Samurai got picked off. Second one might be going down right here, too, for free as well. I'd like to see, most likely, a Geisha Samurai swap. Yeah, I think Geisha Samurai would probably be pretty decent right now. Getting the Geisha out already. Second Shinto Shrine. Shinto Rituals. Oh yes, he does need to get Shinto Rituals. I haven't seen anybody get the upgrades yet. Even though they are really, really good. Mounted Samurai on the eastern side, trying to go for a burn. Samurai in the base, gonna get picked off by those. Are they veteran? No, they look like... Really? That's how... Guess I never really paid attention to veteran... spears, English veteran spears, because those, they do not look like they have veterancy. Maybe a little bit. Veteran longbows as well, so not too bad. Eco looking solid for both players. Villager lead yeah, let's just say heavily in favor of VortiX, mainly because he's lost 6 and he's still ahead by 4. Well, 5. So, Geisha are out, swarming, doing what little Zerglings do. Jumping on everything, slice and dice. Good little Zerglings. That's all the Geisha remind me of. Just how fast they are and how easy you could just... Or not easy, but... Like, how you could just get them from point A to point B. You're able to just harass with them, constant harass if they don't have walls up. I like them. They're cheap, they're efficient, they're effective. Solid units. But at the same time, they're just weak. Health-wise, anyways. You could easily kill them. Come on, Shinto Priest, move! Shinto Priest is going to be getting picked off right now. Oh, he's so slow. Whoa. More geisha. More and more geisha streamlining in with a katana bannerman as well. Sensei, aka VortiX, sitting on 78 villagers, 33 military. Oh, but this military that's out on the field right now is just gonna get demolished by these geishas. Does get a full surround on the katana bannerman. Doesn't really matter too much because the geisha are still gonna have the buff from the aura. What are you doing? Come on, go in there, geisha. 32 military, 4 VortiX, 13 spears, 8 longbows, 7 men-at-arms, and a boat. Myriad, 40 military. He needs to pull these geisha back before he loses them for no reason. There's men-at-arms here. Come on. Good job, Myriad. Myriad sitting on 34 military, 22 geishas, 4 mounted samurais, and 2 boats. He also has 3 out of 5. Yeah, 3 out of 5. I had to make sure that this map actually had 5, unlike Mongolian Heights that has 6 relics. Decent army, decent military size for both, 41 to 35. We do need to see a little bit of a tech switch coming out of Myriad though. He can't just spam out the geisha anymore. Now that there are men-at-arms out on the field alongside those longbows, the geisha will be getting destroyed pretty quickly for the most part. And look at this mass transition into barracks. Gonna try to get out as many samurai as he can, especially when he does have the Odochi upgrade, which increases their damage to melee infantry units by 4? By 4, yeah. Decent amount. These geisha, these samurai, they need to jump in. They need to go in there. They need to help their brethren. Brothers in arms, go fight, kill samurai. Nice focus firing from VortiX, picking off the geisha. Mounted samurai, chasing them down. Not too shabby. Wololo going off in the middle of the map. We do have an attempted burn through up here with some geisha. That's gonna take a while. Oh, these villagers though. No, go back, geisha, go back. You're gonna be able to pick off so many right there. What are you doing? No, Myriad. Yeah, those geisha could have easily killed off some of those villagers right there. Meanwhile, in the middle of the map, Myriad is getting pushed back. The numbers for VortiX are just increasing too much, especially since he does have a better eco going up right now. He is trying to get a sneaky dock on the western lake. Unable to, or still hasn't even started building it at the moment. VortiX, 10 military lead, 11 worker lead. This is looking more in favor of, or for our English player. I'm trying to figure out like where or what Myriad could do from here. Because if he tries to transition into Ashigiru, that's not really going to be too feasible. He's going to have to go into just essentially horsemen at this point. Nice charge from the back line, or on the back line from those mounted samurai. They were able to get a really sweet charge onto those longbows. The reinforcements are going to be able to defend them though, defend against them. The front line does go down for VortiX against those geisha and the samurai. I hear alarm bells going off on the northern side. Had to check. Nothing much. Longbows. Decent amount of longbows. He does need to focus fire those geisha. Still not much for Myriad though. He's behind 14 villagers and 7. Oh no. Oh, okay. He actually hit a pretty decent amount of military right there. Did all his infrastructure finish? 4, 8, 10. He's at 10 buildings right now. Okay, not too shabby. It does look like Myriad is going to be trying to claw his way out of this. He is still behind by 12 though, 12 military total. more than anything, though, it is going to be that villager count. How is this fight gonna happen? There's still no crossbows. Not enough though. Oh, where are all those crossbows? They're not here. There's only 5 here. They're barely coming in right now. That would have been completely devastating for Myriad if they were there from the very beginning. There's a lot of military still in the base of VortiX that aren't really doing anything. The numbers for VortiX are just so good. He's just had such a massive military lead, or excuse me, worker lead for a huge portion of this game. Myriad hasn't really been able to deal with it. This Coca Township has just been utterly useless. If that was a farm, like, or the Cura storehouse, he wouldn't be throwing so much resources into a farm transition right now. He'd already have his 12, 10, 4, 8, 12, yeah. He would have already had his 12 free farms under a shogunate castle as well. His eco would be insane. But instead he went for the Coca Township, which, as you guys have noticed throughout this game, I do not agree with. Berkshire Palace in the center of the map. This is massive area denial. If this comes up, a lot of villagers are coming in right now. 12 villagers. There was already a few here. It does look like 2 or 3 of them did get picked off. Oh, that Berkshire. That Berkshire is definitely coming up. There's nothing that Myriad is going to be able to do right now. He needed to transition into siege like 5 minutes ago. He needed, yeah, at least 3 to 5 mangonels in order to just blanket the army once, completely win the fight. But now the Berkshire's basically done. Like, at this point, yeah, it's not done, but it is. Because there's no way to contest it anymore. He's already lost a huge chunk of his army trying to contest it the first time around. And now he's going into... He has his first mangonel out. But now he's going to be going into his trebuchet. Oh, this is so good. So good for VortiX. There's almost nothing left for our Japanese player to do. VortiX in Imperial against a Castle Age Japanese with the Berkshire in the middle of the map. That's going to be denying so much. Like, look at all this area denial. That's a massive area denial. I never realized that these arrows have sound effects. 2 years. 2 years playing this game. I've never heard flaming arrow sound effects. Wow. And now VortiX. He's gonna push in. Huge military, single mangonel. The shot could be amazing. That is an absolutely terrible shot. Oh man, that was a terrible shot. Out of like 50 units that were right there, it hits 1. Second mangonel is out as well. There's just not enough here for our Japanese player. He was doing okay in the early stages. Even though he threw away so many resources, even though he lost so many resources with those shinobi, he was still doing fairly decent. He was able to get into a fast castle. He got those mounted samurais up. But then there was just nothing else after that. GG gets called. Game goes to our blue English player VortiX. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.